We have some rainbow noodles, some seashells, beach toys, buckets, and a bunch of other fun things in this sensory bin. Welcome to a brand new episode of Go. I'm your host, Dani Giesbrecht, and today we're on location at West Edmonton Mall for Mommy Connections. We have itty-bitty babies and toddlers of all shapes and sizes, and new moms here in the community today that are going to be engaging in a ton of fun learning activities, from painting to sensory bins to playing with pool toys. It's a beach theme going on today, even though it is the end of summer. We're bringing the beach indoors. So stick around. It's going to be a fantastic episode of Go. But up first, Shaw TV's Access producer Jenny Marshall lets us know what's happening for this weekend's Symphony Under the Sky. One of my favorite games, the parachute. The kids are getting excited to see what they're going to be doing with that. But coming up next, a local dentist brings innovative new technology to his clients. Oh, look at these little cuties. They have dived into their first sensory bin, which has seashells and crystals and a bunch of other fun stuff. We're going to be learning about all of the fun things happening here at Mommy Connections after the break. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in now, we're once again on location at West Edmonton Mall for Mommy Connections. It's a beach theme going on today. The kids are playing in different sensory bins, which have fun pool and beach-related themed toys in each of them, so they can put their hands in, feel all the different things. Some of them have crystals, some have sand, some have wood, and it's all about a very enlightening learning experience between the kids and the moms. We're going to have a lot of fun coming up in the show, as well as speak to one of the local organizers of Mommy Connections. Stay tuned for that. But up next, Shaw TV's Jen McDonald has all the details on this weekend's Party in the Park. Oh, we've got a pretty big crowd around the sensory bin with a lot of corn in it. The kids are continuing to shovel and trying to make sandcastles, corn castles, but as you can imagine, that is quite difficult. The number one name of the game is to have fun, though. And speaking of having fun, coming up next, dancing sensation Taylor Hatala hangs up her shoes and trades those in for one of these. We are now joined by Ali Kathari with Mommy Connections, and we've taken a little break from the fun. We've got some kids playing behind us. We'll get to the sand in a second. But first off, for anyone who's never heard of Mommy Connections here in the community, what do you guys offer and do?
Sure. So Mommy Connections is all over the city of Edmonton. We offer 8-week programs for new moms and babies, moms and toddlers in the community as well. So we'll travel to different locations with that group. For the moms and babies, we just bring in different professionals each week, and they speak to the moms and teach them anything from kind of infant massage to mom and baby yoga, mom and baby dance, things like that.
Okay. And when you say different professionals, what kind of professionals are we talking about?
Sure. So we'll have like a sleep expert come in one week, maybe an optometrist to talk about infant health care, dental hygienist to talk about infant oral care. We'll introduce them to some local businesses in the community as well. So lots of fun things like that.
For new moms, first-time mom having a new baby, it can be pretty overwhelming, hey? And I'm sure that's why you guys are here to help out those new moms who are overwhelmed with their current situation.
That's right. And I mean, just giving the moms an outlet, somewhere to come meet other moms in their community who are in the same boat. I know as a first-time mom, it was overwhelming figuring out what classes to take, how to meet mom friends. So Mommy Connections is a really great way to bring moms together within their own community and introduce them to local businesses that are specific to that community as well.
You guys have a bunch of games here that you're showing off at West Edmonton Mall today, including one of my favorites from when I was a child, anything to do with one of these oversized, what is this again, a balloon?
A parachute.
Yeah, thank you, yeah. Parachute. Do you play the bouncy balls with the popcorn?
Sure, yeah, we've been known to do that. So these events at West Edmonton Mall are a little bit different. Run by Mommy Connections West Edmonton again. They're called Playtime, which is happening today. So for caregivers and kind of toddlers to preschoolers. We also have baby time that we run here. So again, for caregivers and babies, 0 to kind of 12 months. So today during Playtime, we're welcoming one of our locally owned businesses, Born to Create. So Val owns Born to Create. She does messy play classes, so she's kind of doing a sampling of that here. So parachutes, really fun sensory bins, Play-Doh, painting, everything to get your toddler or preschool messy.
What does it mean to the kids? When you see the kids come together and they can play with mom, they can learn at the same time, meet other little kids their age.
And I mean, it's a great learning opportunity for the parents and caregivers as well, right? right? It introduces them to some classes and businesses that they may not have heard of before. So it gives them a way to see what's out there, interact with other caregivers and parents, and give their children a really valuable time to explore it and create.
You have a website for more information?
Sure, yeah, all the playtime and baby time information can be found on our Facebook page or on our website. So we're Mommy Connections West Edmonton.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Allie. Stay tuned. More after the break. You got two hands in the foam pits. You're squeezing all of the little toys. You got your tongs. And we are building foam castles, sand castles, wood castles, and crystal castles here at Mommy Connections. It's a beach theme at West Edmonton Mall. We're learning all about Mommy Connections and another local business called Born to Create. We have Val coming up on the show. She's going to be talking about where the idea for these sensory bins came from and what the goal is to connect kids and moms together through the learning experience. So stay tuned for that. But coming up next, Sean TV's Jen McDonald talks to an amazing local band that has some very big news. Definitely my favorite thing to do as a little one. Get my hands messy with a bunch of paint and create some art. Well, we are just about to wrap up here from Mommy Connections. But first, speaking of creating art, we're going to introduce you to a local entrepreneur who's creating designer doorbells you'll never forget. We are now joined by Val Johnstone with Born to Create, and we've been showing off all of these different bins that the kids have been playing in all day long. It's time to talk about them and what Born to Create is all about. So let's start, Val, with these sensory bins. What's a sensory bin?
So a sensory bin is really like an inside sandbox. It has, it's a container that holds something that engages a child's senses. It can have a texture that's wet, dry, or goopy. This bin right here is called Super Sand, and Super Sand is made from cornmeal and ground coffee, equal parts.
Okay.
And there's letters inside.
So if it gets in the mouth, you know, it's not going to do any harm.
It's okay. It's perfectly taste safe, which a lot of sensory bins are, because little ones sort of 0 to 5 are still exploring with their oral sense, so they're using their mouth to learn about the world.
Very nice. And you've got googly eyes and letters, like you said. Some of the other bins have seashells, and I've seen different other small toys. When you're choosing what to put in the bin, what's the thought process?
Generally, anything goes. I look for a texture
It's a good rule, easy to follow.
A texture that's sort of engaging to children, but also there is method to my madness. So I'm working on early literacy, early numeracy, the concept of capacity they work on just by pouring and scooping. Hiding things in a bin is a really great way to engage kids because they have something to look for. Kids would naturally learn how to sort and classify things by just finding different things in the bin. So they'll naturally find the letters or they'll naturally find the googly eyes and divide them up. We want them working on those early concepts.
Very nice. What, besides the sensory bins, what is Born to Create offering new moms in the community?
So we have messy play classes that happen a couple of times a week. We have workshops that I offer. So I teach parents about sensory play, and we make 4 bins in a workshop. I do kids' birthday parties, and then I do special events like this.
Excellent. Your website for more information.
www.borntocreate.ca.
Thanks so much for your time, Val.
Thank you.
Before we go, here is your on-the-go calendar. Well, we have had a blast from Mommy Connections here at West Edmonton Mall. To learn more about this organization and to get involved with their next event, head to mommyconnections.com/Edmonton. I've been your host, Dana Giesbrecht. We'll see you next time.